welcome to TOPtv. I'm your host, Tap.
Hypnotic.
We
I thought you were gonna say King Tef, so I was like,
was waiting. So 21 Savage F the streets. It's taking storm on the internet. You have one side of artists saying that it's F the streets because they've moved forward from that and they don't believe in pushing those narratives. You have the other side of the street saying this is where you came from, don't you forget it. I love the streets. This is what made me. You shouldn't be able to sell music talking about the streets if you don't mess with the streets.
I think this is one of those moments they're both right. But overall, as you get older, and my age, I'm like, when you have a platform that's so massive, if you say more positive things than negative things, it's probably better, even if you're not keeping it as real to where your roots were, because in a sense of like, I've seen how, like we were talking about Jay-Z earlier and how he said the death of autotune and it killed autotune. It almost damaged T-Pain's career in a sense, but it's like words are powerful. And if we spread negativity and killing and this and that, it does trickle down. So, I don't know. I don't think he elaborated enough. He just said something blanket statement, right? Like, or was he really going in depth? Because I didn't see the whole interview.
The only thing I seen he just him kind of just say that. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think he elaborated enough, but because a lot of people got online to elaborate further, and it's like as I said, you have one side where it's kind of like, well, it's after streets because I don't like this narrative that the streets creates. And when you do get a chance to get out of the streets, that's what everyone's aiming for. So, like, and then on the other end, you have, as I said, the narrative that's like, well, this is what made you. And I feel like I can understand why both sides feel what they feel from it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like there's things in our culture that we come from that when you see somebody say F that, they can be looked at as, you know what I'm saying, like what they call Uncle Tom or what they call like anything like that because you came from something. Sometimes in spaces we do grow and some of the pieces I think it can't be an umbrella statement. You know what I'm saying? Like the umbrella statement is where this is messed up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It's because it feels like an umbrella statement. Like it's just kind of like F everything about the streets, you know what I'm saying? But then you got to look at these dudes also because right now it's a weird space in hip hop right now because you have um the whole snitch thing that's going on. And it's like when you're close to that scenario, which you have like Gunna, Young Thug, all these dudes tied to these situations of whether they snitched or not, whatever. Like, cause I could care less. Like, it is what it is. Don't let them feed my family. So it is what it is. But if you want to say they snitched or didn't snitch or whatever like that, and then you hang around these dudes and all y'all say F the streets, and then these situations are there, to tons of people, it's going to look like, oh, you're trying to say that now because everyone's looking at a lot of y'all as snitches and stuff. And y'all are like cooperating and dudes are cool with it and stuff like that. And so I think it just came at a crazy time. And like, if you grow up like that and then the whole time all your music is like, yo, 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 like we shooting, we killing, we da 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 da. And then you're like after streets, I can get why somebody be mad. Like, yeah, don't talk about that no more. Don't be like that. Don't act tough. Because if you ain't like this, don't talk like that. And I kind of respect that from the artist angle because a lot of times I tie myself more to artists that I can actually say are like that than I do the opposite.
Yeah, I think there's two ways to look at it, right? Sometimes you can just have an interview and you're feeling something like I could say F alcohol because I haven't drank in a long time and I don't like it anymore. But I grew up in it and it was part of my upbringing and so I think it could just be a statement. It could be I'm going to say certain things because I know how to move the media and they're just going to go back to their normal lives and they don't even pay attention to it after that. You know what I mean? There could be this scenario where it's like if you really cared about F the streets and that was your message, I would say, why don't I say, let's start a campaign saying, let's help the streets. Let's really get out there and start teaching these kids the right way, and also expressing, look, these are the things I did that were wrong, or these are the things that I saw. Because I'll be honest, like, we work with Halim, and we're in the midst of some of this. And every week you might get a call like some kid, 13, is shot, or some kid's dad went and shot somebody retaliating for their son. And it's like, we do need more education and resources and tools out there on the streets and helping them. But for these rappers, it's maybe their intentions are good, maybe their intentions are bad. I can't really judge. I don't really care, and I'm not really like looking at it in a way of it matters to me much. But if you really believe the things you say, then do more. And if you are doing more, then that's great, because we don't need to know everything you do. Like, we might help people out, never talk about it, because I don't really care to get the, oh wow, you gave this person money for Christmas or did this. I don't care about that. Like, so I don't know.
And like, I like what you said with that, but like, it needs to be help the streets, like because like two things I would talk about with that. With first one before I do the help the streets thing was the with F the streets. Point to what you're saying F, like, because as I said, it can't be an umbrella statement. So it's like, if it's F the streets, say the pieces that what you're saying is F the streets. Like saying the killing young kids is F the streets. Saying to give the drugs to people's baby moms and families. Say F that. You know what I'm saying? Like, say what it is. But see, a lot of people aren't going to get into that because of the politics, and then they have to turn against things they get money from and people they mess with and stuff like that. It's just like, like politicians. They don't want to, they never going to say when their side is wrong fully. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to kind of blanket statement and leave it there. Like, say what the pieces are, F that. But then I like what you said. It's help the streets. And then let's go with like how you help, and stop giving these chicks Birkin bags. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes is like, still online doing all this crazy stuff, and it's like, yo, help the streets. Like, if you feel like it's F the streets or whatever like that, help the streets. You clearly have the money, and like, every time I'm on the internet, I see you give a chick a Birkin or something, and some chicks, like on these things, and you got 10 of them in a Wraith and all this stuff like that, and it's like, I don't see none of the other stuff. So then I can't, who's to say that whether you're helping or not, but I don't see you promote that like that, and you're saying after streets. So
Yeah.
then I need to see you promote the other side. I actually would respect the raps more, even if you talked about street stuff, but then you were actually helping, because I at least would look at you like Robin Hood. I would be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? You're taking the evils of the world, you're profiting off of it, and then you're funding to make that evil of the world disappear.
50 Cent. Best
50 Cent,
example I could think of for that. You know what I mean?
yeah. In some circumstances, he's doing the Shreveport thing, and he's trying to help. We'll see how that turns out with like how many people who are in that area actually get jobs. I'm hoping that it does fund that economy, and a lot of those kids and stuff like that get jobs in that area and everything like that, and that would be dope. You know what I'm saying? And he promotes that every day. Now, if it is that way, and then he's giving jobs to people who wouldn't have jobs in that area, and it's gonna pop like that, and every day he's saying the Shreveport thing, he's promoting it just like he promotes rap. So then I would expect a lot of other artists to take that same situation if they feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Help the streets. That's what it is.
It's a dichotomy. Well, I say, if you in the streets and you trying to get off and trying to change your life around, go download the Concert app. And
I hate you for
we like to curate. I've had street artists with country artists, you know what I mean? And I'll be honest, like, I've had guys get out of jail and they hit me up and they're like, you know what, music saved my life, and I'm really thankful for the Concert app, because I wouldn't have this opportunity otherwise, and it's giving people hope, and it's also giving them a path. So, download the Concert app for free, Qoncert. Open headline tour, just come build community, have a good time, and TOPtv. This your boy Hypnotic.
I hate the shameless plug, bro. I hate the shameless plug.
Hey,
It's the truth. It's the truth. Like, there's tons of dudes that have come back and said, yo, like, I probably would have been doing some crazy stuff, but I was at a show instead, and I got to kick it and had the
hey,
best time of my life. So yeah, download the app, man.